It's time for the top 10 coolest guns in the history of Call of Duty. Number 10, the MP40 from World at War. Now, this is a great gun, and let me explain my criteria that I came up with while I was choosing this list of top 10 coolest guns in the history of COD. First of all, overpowered guns, that's not a criteria that I used at all. If it's overpowered, if it kills fast, if it's a beast mode gun, that has no effect on this list. What I wanted to do was a list that had never been done before on YouTube. So, being overpowered has nothing to do with it. And yes, this game is hacked, there's dogs out right away, and they don't even have a kill, but nevertheless, that's neither here nor there. So, like I said, coolest guns in the history of Call of Duty. The criteria I went with are, basically I just asked myself, what is that one gun in every Call of Duty game that I just can't wait to unlock once I prestige? What's your kind of go-to gun when you're struggling? Not necessarily because it's overpowered, just because it always just seems to work. It's a good gun, it looks well, it looks cool, it's fun to use. Whether it has a cool recoil pattern or it just looks great with that one particular camouflage you like to throw on it. Basically, just what are the guns that are fun to use? You know, which guns look the coolest in a kill cam in Search and Destroy? That's what I'm after here. The 10 coolest guns in Call of Duty history. And I'm not just doing a top 10 list, counting it all down in one episode. I'm actually doing 10 full-length gameplay commentaries, one with each gun. And the cool part, a little bit of a bonus for you, when I was sitting down to come up with this list, which took me a couple hours to compile because there's just so many guns in the history of Call of Duty. It actually was impossible for me to narrow it down to the top 10. So what I did was I narrowed it down to the top 20. So each episode has the top 10, and then that episode will have a little bit of a gameplay clip at the end with another gun. That's going to get the honorable mention for that slot. So this is number 10, MP40 is number 10, and the honorable mention for number 10 will be making an appearance a little bit later on in this episode. So I couldn't narrow it down to 10, had to throw 20 out there. Sit down, son! First time I jump in World at War in a long time, and I'm out here destroying tanks, just playing for the team. That's right. I'll do anything it takes to win. That's the type of player I am in Call of Duty. Oh yeah, World at War is a good game, man. I'm trying to noob tube this guy before the noob tube was even invented. Actually, there was a noob tube in World at War. A lot of people don't know this, but one of the rifles actually had a grenade launcher attachment you could put on the bolt action rifle, which really didn't work well at all. It was terrible, but it was the precursor to the modern day noob tube. So, anyways, MP40, such a beastly gun. This gun here actually happens to be overpowered, so I don't want to feel like a hypocrite in my first episode of this list. This one just happens to be overpowered. Just wait till some of the further episodes. You'll see that not all the guns I selected are overpowered or beastly. This gun, I just like it because it looks cool. It makes an appearance in a lot of classic World War II movies and television shows. I mean, this thing's all over if you watch the movie Inglourious Bastards, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. It just sounds cool. It's got a cool recoil, and I love that just whenever you hear that, you're just confident. You know you're owning somebody when you hear that noise. So that's why I picked this gun as number 10. Part of the reason it's so high up on my list was because it's overpowered. I didn't want to put it as number 1, you know, and be accused of putting an overpowered gun at the top of the list. So, like I said, this makes number 10. Let me know if you guys enjoy this series. I'm definitely going to do all 10 of them. You know, I'm planning on doing it. It takes a lot of work, but I just wanted to do something that nobody'd really done before. You know, I guess I hadn't seen a series like this done before, so that's why I wanted to do it. And also, at this phase in Black Ops 2, a lot of people are getting a little bit sick and tired of putting up new Black Ops 2 gameplay. So this is the stage of the YouTube commentary season where everyone goes back and plays some old school games. So I figured rather than just play some old school games with no rhyme or reason just to post them, I would give myself a little bit of a common theme to go back and pick some of my favorite guns and get a little nostalgia going on from some of the past games. So this is the honorable mention right here, the PPSH 41 making an appearance. Number 10 honorable mention. Look at this thing. This is probably the coolest gun in Call of Duty history. I actually had this ranked number 1 on my list. Unfortunately, I had to bump it back down to honorable mention here because this game is just too hacked, and I'm like 30 levels away from unlocking it. And when I tried to play, you know, I was trying to play and grind through and level up to get to the PPSH 41 to capture some footage for my number 1 gameplay. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even get in a game. There's only about 8 people on PlayStation that are still playing this game at night, so and every lobby you get into is hacked. This one wasn't hacked too bad, but 9 out of 10 games you get into are just hacked to crap and you really can't even play. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture a full gameplay with this one. I did pick it up off the ground here, and I go ham with it, so I figured I would throw it in as the honorable mention to number 10, although I really feel this should be a lot higher up on the list. Let me know your thoughts on this gun. Look at this thing. Unbelievable. It's got the coolest flash pattern I've seen in probably any weapon. It goes to the up and into the sides. It looks like a little cross of flames coming out of the tip of your gun. And this thing shoots so fast. I don't know what the bullets per minute are on this thing, shots per minute, but it's ridiculous. It sounds cool. It's got the coolest sound ever. Probably the most distinctive sound out of any gun, I would argue, in the history of Call of Duty. That, I mean, whenever you hear that, you can hear it from across the level, and you just know someone's rocking the PPS H41. This thing looks cool. It's in a lot of movies as well, and this is back in World at War days. These guns were cool without even camo. This was before camo even was invented in the Call of Duty series in multiplayer. So these guns are good enough to stand on their own, and this PPS H41, it's an unbelievable gun. Ask anyone who played a lot of World at War, and I don't think you'll find, I would argue you wouldn't find anyone that hates this gun. Maybe some people hate it because they've been owned by it so many times, but I think it's actually perfectly balanced. It's really difficult to kill at medium to long range. Up close, you're absolutely going to own people. And this is just a cool gun. I can't argue with that. Even when I play Battlefield 2 in the Vietnam expansion pack, Battlefield Bad Company 2, Vietnam pack, they had the PPS H41 on there. Really not an effective gun in that game either, but I still rocked it all the time just because it looks so cool. Look at the barrel of that thing. It looks like the arm of a crane. Now you can kind of see right through it, right through the steel, and it's just cool. You can see the bullets flying through it. It's a great gun. I don't know what else to tell you. I've talked about great guns for 7.5 minutes. I probably sound like a total nerd, but you know what? I've been playing Call of Duty for many years of my life, and a lot of these guns just bring back a lot of fond memories from the times I was using them. When I was playing this game here, I was still back in college. After a long day of class and basketball practice, come home, throw in some World at War, and these old games just bring back good memories. So let me know what you think of these two guns. I went 21-3 in this gameplay, and we'll see you next time for episode number 9.